All right, I'm gonna kick it off. Welcome to our speaker information session for our 2025 Move United Education Conference. We are very excited to have you all join us out in Park City, and obviously the event wouldn't exist without you. So we appreciate you contributing your time and your effort to present, and are really excited to see it all come together. I am going to screen share real quick and run through a few slides. All right. Is anybody not able to see the screen right now? Wonderful. I'm gonna take that as we're good to go. There is closed captioning enabled if you need it. Dana, if you don't mind plugging that in the chat, that would be fantastic. For those who don't know me, I am Kayla Hamaker. I am the Senior Education Manager with Move United. I am a white female with brown curly hair that's up in a bun, and I'm wearing a black Move United zip up with a Move United virtual background behind me. My technology is taking its time. All right. As we get started, I want to introduce you to oh, sorry, I clicked too many times. We're going to backtrack. Bear with me. Okay, thank you. As we get started, I want to introduce you to our three core education team members. So these are the three team members who are working behind the scenes with all of our presenters to make sure that everybody is set and prepared for the conference. So I introduced myself. I won't introduce myself again, but I have been working with those who are affiliated with the nonprofit management track and those who are affiliated with the executive director and the leadership sub-track within the nonprofit management track. So if I haven't communicated with you yet, I hope that's not the case, but welcome. And if you have any questions from now until the event, feel free to reach out to me. And our colleague Jess is also on the call, so I'll give her a chance to introduce herself.
Thanks, Kayla. I am a white female. I've got my brown hair in a bun, and I'm also wearing glasses and a grey t-shirt today. I am primarily responsible for the pre-conference workshop communication as well as the inclusion in schools and university track. So those of you that are in those two areas will have had correspondence from me. But yes, extremely excited to be heading to Park City. Hopefully this will be our largest conference yet.
Awesome. Thank you, Jess. And then Erica Johnson, who's not able to join us today on this call, but her headshot is here on the screen for us all. She is our training coordinator, and she is overseeing the sport-specific instruction track and the intersection with medical professionals track. Also on site will be our education conference intern, whose name is Quincy Timmerman. She may have been in contact with you up until this point, but if not, you'll see her on site in Park City. And then, of course, we'll have the rest of the Move United team on site with us and the National Ability Center team as well. One second. My computer is taking about 20 seconds to transition slides. But this is a good reminder that technology does not always cooperate for us on site. So we want to be prepared, which we'll dive into that, having some backup plans set as you prepare for your presentation. Okay, so quick event overview where we're at today. Of course, we do have 3-ish more weeks until the event, but we're looking pretty good in the way of numbers. We'll have 400, just over 400 registrants on site with us in Park City, which is really exciting. This is the largest number of attendees we have had out with us at one of these conferences yet, and is an increase of about 50 to 75 people from just last year. We have representatives coming from all across the country. Currently, we have representation from 43 different states. We have 213 unique organizations, so different organizations registered for or affiliates registered for the conference. We have 138 presenters, which is, again, really exciting. We've never had this many presenters, but we're excited to have the opportunity to share so much knowledge and so many perspectives on site this year in Park City, and 96 education sessions. So if it takes us a minute to get back to you, just please bear with us. But lots of great offerings this year. So now I want to dive into some of the logistics and on-site expectations for you all. If you do have any questions as we run through this, please raise your hand or plug a comment in the chat or mute yourself. We will also have time at the end of this session for questions as well. So the slide here says arrival information. Just so everybody knows, all presenters have to be registered for the event. You should have received a few reminders from us. But if you have not yet registered, please do that ASAP. Once you get on site to the event, you will need to check into the event prior to presenting your session. The event check-in times are listed on our website, which easyedcon25.org. There's also a QR code on the slide here if you want to scan that to find that information. This website will be circulated in all of our email blasts and reminders as well. But just know to check those check-in times, particularly if you have a pre-conference workshop, to make sure that you're checking in ahead of your session. We're working out of a couple of different venues for this year's conference. One of the beautiful things about hosting in Park City is that we have access to several amazing venues. So I know different sessions are happening in different places, and I'd like to run through the different venues just to make sure everybody's expectations are set. The primary venue that we'll be using is the National Ability Center campus. This campus is about 10 minutes from downtown Park City. On this campus are many different venues, unique venues within the campus. They have an archery range, they have a climbing wall, they have many classrooms, which is where a lot of the classroom-based sessions will be held. They have a challenge course, which is featured here on the slide. They have what they call a hub, which is an indoor sport court. That is also where the climbing wall is. That's also where our Tuesday night social will be. So it's a multi-purpose area, a large multi-purpose area. They also have an equestrian arena, an indoor arena. They have access to many trails just off of their campus. And then they have a lodge. So you may be staying at the lodge. Attendees are staying at the lodge. The lodge is, well, I may butcher this, but I think it's 24 accessible rooms right on the NAC campus. That is also where we will be having lunch each day during the main part of the conference. So that is the NAC campus. The DoubleTree is our host hotel downtown in Park City. So this is a location to know because this is where transportation will head out each day as we're going to different venues. On May 6th and May 7th, this is where keynote sessions will begin. This is where coffee hour and networking hours will happen. And then again, we'll head out to the NAC campus, which is just 10 minutes away. Another venue we'll be using is Woodward Park City. This is a fantastic adventure park where we'll be hosting a skateboarding and WCMX session. We're using Jordanelle Reservoir. The University of Utah will be out there facilitating their pre-conference workshops. Utah Olympic Park, we have a couple of tours headed out to Utah Olympic Park. There's another tour of Craig Nielsen Rehab Hospital. And then the McGrath Mountain Center is a beautiful venue that the National Ability Center constructed within the last year or two. It's right at the base of Park City Mountain. And so that's where our opening reception will be. It's quite close to the DoubleTree. And Carrie, I know Carrie's on here. I realized I didn't list the school we're using for the pre-conference triathlon camp, but
I think it's called like Wasatch or something. Wasatch.
Okay, perfect. So we'll also be working out of a local school for the pre-conference Dare to Try Train to Coach camp. And
if you have any questions on Park City or any of our venues with the National Ability Center, happy to be a resource. I know Tracy's been communicating with you guys on the conference, but super excited to be involved.
Awesome. Thank you, Carrie. I should have had you run through the National Ability Center venues.
All good.
Thank you. Okay, for anybody who is hosting a session in one of those offsite facilities, I've just listed out how far away these venues are so you can have an understanding as you plan for your session. Woodward Park City is just about 9 miles or 15 minutes from the DoubleTree. Jordanelle Reservoir is about 9 miles, again, 15 minutes from the DoubleTree. Utah Olympic Park is 7 miles. Google Maps told me about 12 minutes. McGrath Mountain Center is just about a half mile, 0.6 miles from the DoubleTree. So a quick walk roll or a short drive. And then the Craig H. Nielsen Rehab Hospital is just 27 miles or 40-ish minutes from the DoubleTree. If you do have a session that's hosted at one of these offsite venues and you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to one of us. Carrie, another highlight of the National Ability Center venues. So on this slide are just a couple of photos of some of the spaces we'll use. So the hub is in the top left corner. Again, it's a big open space, a multi-purpose area where a couple of sport sessions will be hosted out of. The climbing wall is in the back of the facility. That'll be used for a couple of sessions as well. And then you can see in this photo, tables can be brought in. So we'll bring in a few tables for a social on the evening of Tuesday, May 6th. To the right of that is the archery range. Again, I know we have a couple of sessions out of the archery range. There is a covered structure over the range, I'm gonna call it. I might have said the wrong word there. But there is a covered aspect. If there is a storm, we have a classroom set aside for any of those sessions so you can move indoors. In the bottom left corner is just a photo of the conference spaces. This is actually conference rooms 1, 2, and 3 without dividers, but this is where a lot of the rooms will operate out of. And then in the lower right corner is the indoor equestrian arena, where we have a couple of sessions based out of as well. But we are very lucky to be working off of the NAC campus with all of these wonderful venues. Many people have had a question around transportation, so we'll touch base on this real quick. Attendees are responsible for getting from Salt Lake City to Park City. Once you're in Park City, as long as you're at the host hotel, the DoubleTree, or the NAC Lodge, we'll have transportation arranged for you, including presenters, exhibitors, attendees, everyone. We've gotten the question a lot, well, how do I get from Salt Lake City to Park City? So our best recommendations, there are private shuttle options. Rideshare is a really popular option. Some attendees are renting cars. There is a parking lot at the DoubleTree, and there is a big parking lot over at the National Ability Center as well. And then once we launch our event app, which will be around April 23rd, we'll launch a carpool sharing chat where anybody who's arriving can plug either offer a carpool option or identify a need for a carpool option, and hopefully that will help as well. Again, once everybody's in Park City, we will have transportation available. We have a couple of charter buses as well as National Ability Center shuttles with accessible lifts. Okay, any questions so far? Awesome. And we'll dive into the nitty-gritty of the presentation. Audio, visual, and text setup. Every session can expect to have a microphone and speaker. If you are in a classroom-based session, you'll have that plus a projector and projector screen, plus a laptop. If you are not operating in a classroom and have additional audio, visual, tech needs and haven't let us know yet, please make sure to do that ASAP as we're working through our on-site plans. And then a couple of notes around your session setup and what to be prepared for. Plan to arrive to your session 15 to 20 minutes early. There are 20-minute gaps between each session to allow us time to set up for the next session. The earlier you set up, the smoother the session will be, just so we can ensure that everything is working. We recommend testing your slides and any audio or video ahead of the session. So again, arriving 15 to 20 minutes early will help ensure that this is all working up to speed. We will also have a Move United or National Ability staff member or volunteer in each session to support you. and to reach out to our IT leads if there are any issues that need some troubleshooting. A couple of presenters have asked whether they can bring their own laptops. The answer is yes, absolutely. You can bring your own laptop, but we should have laptops on site for you if you choose not to go that route. And then I know many presenters are planning to have interactive activities in their session, which is great. But if they rely on Wi-Fi, we highly recommend having backup options just in case the Wi-Fi isn't working or isn't up to speed. The NAC does have a Wi-Fi network that you'll be able to use, but with hundreds of people on campus, can't necessarily guarantee that it's going to be working at its top speed. So recommend bringing, in addition to just downloading any resources or videos on your computer, bring your slides on a flash drive is helpful. When you set up your PowerPoint, if you can use this presenter hold slide, which we shared in a media kit and we can reshare ahead of the event, that would be fantastic. This is just a slide we'll have up between presentations as we get things set up. So it's very easy if you just include that at the beginning of your presentation and then have the following slides be your PowerPoint. Again, we'll recirculate that so that it's easy to access. And the PowerPoint slide, the hold screen on here just says disability inclusion, catalyzing change through sport. That's the conference theme, May 5th to 7th, 2025, Park City, Utah, with the Move United and NAC logos. The Speaker Resource Center. We've had many questions about the Speaker Resource Center, so I'll dive into this a little bit more. To clarify, the Speaker Resource Center is separate from speaker registration. Unfortunately, the two do not integrate through our registration platform. So each presenter does have to complete their registration, which at this point most have done. In addition to that, each speaker has been invited to the Speaker Resource Center to upload your session resources and to update your speaker profile. The way this connects to the event is once we launch the event app, attendees will be able to see on one tab, they'll be able to see all attendees, so they'll see you there. They will also be able to see you on a speaker tab in the event app. Once they log in to or access that speaker tab, they can click on a speaker, see any information that you've uploaded. So a headshot, a bio, any other information you want to include. In addition to the speaker profile, you're able to upload the session resources. So session resources are like session slides. If there's any handouts you want to share or any documents that you reference during the session that you want uploaded, that is where you'll do it. There's a link right in the Speaker Resource Center to do that. All of these should be uploaded by April 18th. If you have any trouble or need additional time, just let us know. When you upload resources, please do make sure that they are screen reader accessible. And I'll touch more on that in a minute. A quick note about logging into the Speaker Resource Center. When you log in, so you'll receive an invitation via email. You'll click on the link to access the Speaker Resource Center. Once you access the Speaker Resource Center, it's going to ask you to log in with just your email and name. And at that point, in the top right corner of the screen, you can see my tasks, my sessions, my profile, and that's where you'll make these updates. Again, I understand it can be a little confusing, so please reach out to us if you have questions. If you haven't seen the invitation link come through, let us know so that we can get you set up.
I don't think I saw that. I registered,
Okay.
but I did not see the speaker resource section.
I never got that either.
Okay, no problem. If anybody who hasn't received it, if you can just send whoever your point of contact is an email, we'll get that to you ASAP. Thank you. Okay, accessibility of the presentation. As an adaptive sports conference, it is very, very important to us that our presentations and our education sessions are inclusive of all attendees and accessible to all attendees. If you have not yet accessed the Hub course, Presenter Preparation Accessibility Best Practices, please do. This is about a 20-minute course that dives into the nitty-gritty details of what you need to do and what you should be paying attention to when making your presentation to make sure it's accessible to all attendees. I won't dive into those details right now since that course exists, but if you do have questions, we're here to help. If you're struggling with your presentation, just let us know. We don't want it to be overwhelming, so again, we're here to support. But some key things to consider, I know I said I wouldn't dive into it, but I'll highlight a few points. Considering visual accessibility, like alt text, visual descriptions, and contrast are important. When you're hosting or when you're playing a video, making sure that closed captioning is enabled. Again, when you're playing a video, making sure audio descriptions are available. And we mentioned screen reader accessible resources. The course listed on here does dive into more detail than that, but those are just some big picture overview points. Okay, I mentioned the event app. So around April 23rd, we'll launch an event app. So it'll be a 2025 Move United Education Conference app. You can see it in the events, the Apple Store. It'll be on Google Play as well, but it's not yet live. So if you open it, it'll take you to an app for one of our other events. In the app, just so you know, this will be our point of reference for all information for all attendees once they're on site. So each session title will be listed there, each session description and learning objectives. Speakers are tied to their sessions. Each session location will be identified in the app. So that is where you as presenters will see where exactly your session location is. Some of you know where it is because it's the archery range or Woodward Park City. But if you're in a classroom session, you might not yet know exactly what classroom you're in. So that will be the event app is where you'll reference. And you'll head to that session 20 minutes, that classroom 20 minutes early to get set up. Also in the event app, you'll be able to see once attendees click on a session, they can see session resources, slides, uploads as well. So if they want to access them ahead of time, they can. If they want to access them during the session, they can. We will upload these resources to our website after the conference so that those can remain live for anybody who wants to access them, so that they don't go away with the app. And on the screen is just a screenshot of the Move United Education Conference app in the Apple Store. But again, it's not yet really live. And then otherwise, we just encourage you all to share on social media that you're a part of this event and your enthusiasm for being a part of this event. We had shared a social media kit to make it kind of turnkey to be able to share if you're interested. But tagging Move United, National Ability Center, and EdCon is fantastic. So if you're interested, active on social, please feel free to do that. And on the right of the screen here is just a graphic we'd share with presenters. It says I'm presenting this 2025 Move United Education Conference with the dates and the logos. All right, so now that I've run through all of that, I want to open the floor for any questions. So if you have questions, I'm going to stop screen sharing, but please feel free to unmute, introduce yourself, and ask whatever is on your mind.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Some of the people who'll be presenting during my session will have videos or slides. Do they have to give all of those to you as well as to me, or is it enough if they just give it to me and I create one long presentation?
Yes, that's a great question. Totally fine. If it's easier for you to create one long presentation, that is fine. I would just say as long as all the resources are uploaded in some capacity.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Thank you.
I have a question too. For my particular session, there hasn't been a connection with the various speakers on the panel. Is that something that we need to set up ourselves, or is that something you guys are facilitating?
Yes, that is a great question, Carrie. You are part of the Capital Campaign panel,
Right.
correct?
Yep.
So you will receive an email from one of us shortly connecting all of the panelists. So you do not have to
Great.
do anything right now. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
Kayla, when do we go in and actually select the different sessions that we want to go to? Obviously not the ones we're presenting at.
Oh, such a good question. When we launch the event app, that is when you'll be able to select all of your sessions. So right now, when you go into registration, you can only see the sessions that require pre-registration. When we launch the app, we will open up all of the sessions so you can build out your customized schedule. Any other questions?
One more for me. We can take sessions in different tracks, yes?
Yes, yep. So attendees can attend any session they want. They don't have to stick within any particular track.
I guess that I have another question then too. As a speaker, we can go to all the various things because at National Ability Center, obviously we have a lot of folks who are involved in the planning of all this. I guess maybe that's something to ask my team of, I'd love to come to a lot of the sessions and learn, but I also understand there's a lot of us.
Oh, no, absolutely. Yes, you can attend any and all sessions. And likewise for the staff, Carrie, I think most of the NAC staff have registered for the event and hopefully are planning to attend sessions. But we want everybody to be able to take advantage of all of the education that's available in this short period of time.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
Hi, this is Kirsten. Just wanted to see if when the app is launched, will we be emailed, and will it be information of either a link to go to download it or the name of the app?
Yes, great question, Kirsten. So in a couple of weeks, we will send out an email to all attendees and all presenters that will include a link to the event app. And it will also include the name of the app and instructions to access the app in case you don't use the link.
Excellent, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Ed. Ed said, not a question, but a comment. Thank you to Move United and NAC's staff for the prep work for EdCon. I should emphasize that the NAC has had a huge role in prepping. So thank you for all of your help and letting us be on site.
I will share those comments with the team. And we're excited to share our campus and all of our facilities with you guys.
Thanks, Carrie. All right, any other questions?
Kayla, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
I'm in a cafe out seeing patients. Myself and two other clinicians will be presenting, but mostly in like an open format, kind of a discussion. I'm wondering, especially if we want something on the website, which I think would have some good utility for you all, and some of the findings that we have. Since it's a discussion, we don't have slides written already. It's kind of a bit of improv. I'm wondering if maybe myself or another co-presenter make notes or kind of some outlines or conclusions that we might find that might be worth sharing on the website. Is that something we could upload later, or would you prefer to have something prior?
That is a great question. I think if you have something to upload prior, we can upload it, but otherwise taking notes and sharing findings is wonderful as well.
That's
And
okay. Okay.
Yep, that's totally fine. And we'll upload that after the conference.
Great.
And Trevor, you're part of a roundtable discussion, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So something I skipped over is the different formats of the different sessions. So we have pre-conference workshops, which are longer, half to 3 days. We have 30, 60, 90-minute classroom sessions. We have research poster presentations, and then we have these roundtable discussions, which are an hour long, but are less formal and more interactive in nature. So over the lunch hour, people will be getting together to discuss a specific topic guided by a facilitator like Trevor.
Nice. And I have to commend you all. At Move United, you guys really run a tight ship.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Like
Thank you, Trevor.
Academy. Things are moving along. You should.
All right. Any other questions? No more questions. Any questions in the chat? All right. Well, I know we've ended a bit early, but really appreciate all of you tuning in to this today. We will share a recording out early next week so that all presenters can access it. If you have questions, again, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We are here to support you and to make this a seamless experience. But again, thank you all for contributing your time and energy and your knowledge to the conference. We're really excited to see you in Park City.